pretty happy with deciding to be a coach.
What are the most important qualities a good ice hockey coach must have?
I think the most important is being able to connect with people, just on a human to human level, man to man level. Get to know people so that you know how to motivate them, and I think that's the number one thing, is just being able to communicate well and get to know people and listen. And I think in doing that, you can get the most out of people.
How have the requirements for a coach changed in recent years?
I think that mostly is being able to communicate and connect with people. I think in previous generations, it was, just a matter of just telling people what to do, and, using fear tactics or different sort of harder tactics, which works, but it only works short term. I think you get the most out of people long term when you're able to empathize with them, understand their situations, listen to them, and then work with them to try and develop their game and work sort of more in a long-term way. I think players really want coaches that understand them and listen to them, and then I think once you do that, you can really motivate them and really get the most out of them and push them really hard, which is ultimately what you want to do, is be able to push them and get the most out of them, and bring it to the team. So I found that works quite well, and.
How can success be defined for an ice hockey coach?
I mean, in many ways, we're defined by winning and losing, and that's the nature of the game and the nature of all competitive sports, is that you're in it to win. So that's, that we're trying to win. You're trying to be the best at something, and so that challenge is why we're all here. But I think in the journey of that challenge is where you have the most growth and the most stories and the most hardship, and that stuff can also define your success, is how much you grow as a person and a player and as a coach. So you can learn a lot of things, and maybe if you don't win in that 1 year, maybe it helps you the next year because you learned so many things and dealt with so much adversity through that journey of trying to win. So we're in it to win, but there's also a lot of good that can come from the journey itself.
What does a typical workday during the season look like?
A lot of talking, a lot of communicating with other coaches, with other staff, with medical staff, with trainers, getting on the same page. That's the first thing that kind of happens in the morning, is just everybody checking in with each other and getting organized for the day, and then planning practices and talking about what the team needs for that day, and then a lot of video work. Whether it's individual video to help one single player get better, or show them stuff from the last game, but also preparing the video for a meeting, reviewing a game, and teaching. You teach a lot through video now, so that's the biggest job as a coach, I think, now, is teaching. We're all teachers, and whether you win or lose, you're just constantly teaching, and that takes a lot of time. The video to teach is very tedious, takes a lot of hours. So you're spending a lot of time watching the video and breaking it down and reviewing it many times till you get it to a short meeting, because the people have short attention spans. You don't want to overload them with too much information. So the process for a coach to get down to a short video meeting from a whole game and 100 different clips is a very long process. It takes a long time. So you're in the office or at home, in front of a computer, breaking down the game, and that's just a lot of work. So a lot of communication, a lot of listening, but also a lot of time spent planning the day and planning the video and teaching.
How do you design training sessions and prepare for games?
Well, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on the needs of the team. Do they need to be pushed? Do they need to skate a lot? Do they need to battle? Depends on the day of the week, how much time before a game. I break down games in terms of game day -4, game day -3, game day -2, game day -1, and all of those days have different needs. You can push them harder on certain days when you have more rest, leading up to the game. If it's the day before a game or a practice that's in between a game, like a Saturday practice, when you play Friday, Sunday, it's mostly recovery practice. So You've got to factor all those things in your schedule. How many players you have? Are they sick? Are they injured? Can they handle stopping and starting a lot as opposed to, flow drills? Can they handle the battle? Do they need the battle? Did they not work in the game hard enough, even though they had energy, but they just didn't? So they need to be pushed really, really hard. So there's a lot of factors that go into it on a daily basis. It's not just to throw together a few drills. And there's a lot of planning and thinking about it.
How do you coordinate the coaching and support staff?
I have two coaches with me, and one's an assistant coach and one's a goalie coach slash video coach. So it's a small coaching staff, which is good. They're both really good coaches. They work really hard. They're very organized. They also want to learn a lot, and so they have less experience than I do coaching. So I try and pass on some of that experience with them. But as coaches, you try and get there early in the morning, so there's less distractions. Once players and other people start coming in, you get a lot of questions, and you lose the flow of your work. So we try and get there early and just have the coaches there that can talk about the needs of the day and plan practice and talk about video, and then check in with the physio, doctor, medical staff to see what players are able to practice that day or play that night. And then, usually a weekly meeting with the general manager or the sports manager, along with daily conversations with him as well. But one group meeting with the management at least once a week. So it's a pretty organized week, but it flows nicely.
How did you become an ice hockey coach? Were there key stages in your playing career?
Not really a playing career. No, I wasn't much of a player. Played a little bit of junior hockey and played my whole life, my whole youth, but wasn't that good as a player. But I was always a student of the game, always loved the game, and always thought I'd be a good coach. So I figured out pretty quickly that I wanted to be a coach. It took a little while to get into coaching. I think it was in my mid-20s, which is hard when you're not, hadn't come from a professional playing career. But I had some good opportunities early on, where I worked really hard, and I think this is my 20th year, and I think I've done every job there is. I think I've been an assistant coach, I've been associate coach, I've been head coach, I've been video coach, been a volunteer coach, I've been a part-time coach, I've been a full-time coach, I've been in Europe, I've been in North America, I've been in junior, I've been in pro, I've been in the NHL, I've been in international. So I've done every job, every league, or not every league, but every level, it feels like. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, is just get as much experience as I possibly could. So when I get this, an opportunity like this or the last one, then I would be as ready as possible.
What motivates you each day in your job?
Well, a love of the game, firstly. I love, I work a lot, I work hard, and it's a bit of a crazy schedule, as most coaches know. It's a lot of travel, a lot of hours, late nights, and people are, well, how do you do it? Or that it's such a grind. But to me, I love my job. I love working in hockey in the game, so it doesn't feel like a job. So every day it's like a pleasure, even if I'm tired or only have 4 hours of sleep. Have a cup of coffee or two or three, and that's usually all I need. I love just being at the rink. I love dealing with athletes, high performance athletes, and trying to motivate them and get the best out of them. So it's every day is just exciting to me.
Have there been moments when you doubted your decision?
At times, maybe. But that's pretty short-lived. I think, I think it's human nature to have doubts about everything. I think no person is ever without doubt. If they say they are, I think they're lying. So I think everybody has self-doubt. Probably in moments where I see some of my friends who have like really stable lives, where they live in the same city their whole life, and they have a wife and kids, and everything's sort of normal, and annual vacation, and own a house, and don't have to move very much or at all. Maybe sometimes I'm like, no, that seems pretty nice. But as opposed to me, who's lived in, I think, 9 or 10 cities in my coaching career, and sacrificed a lot. But that doubt is pretty short-lived. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with deciding to be a coach.
What have been your greatest challenges or setbacks as a coach so far, and how did you overcome them?
Well, I've been fired twice, which happens as a coach. That's pretty normal. So you learn to, even though your ego or your pride gets hurt, they've actually turned out to be good things, although you don't see them at the time. I was fired in Florida after a couple seasons there. The whole coaching staff was let go after we didn't make the playoffs. And then the next year I ended up as a head coach in Denmark, which turned out to be an amazing experience. And then I loved it there. And then after 2 years got fired there too. And then that led me to, and that was, upsetting at the time, but I ended up in Salzburg here for 4 seasons and 4 championships. And so, those things at the time were difficult. But at the end of it, they turned out to be good things. So.
What values and principles do you want to pass on to your players?
Well, we have a few values that we talk about a lot. One is respect. Respect can mean a lot of different things. Respecting our teammates, respecting referees, respecting the game, and that means to me playing the right way. We don't take any opponent lightly. Obviously we're gonna usually play, a really good game against the top teams, or try to, and then the bottom teams, and it's human nature to maybe take them lightly, and we try and respect all opponents the same way. So we perform the same way. So respect is a big one, and then just respecting all the people around us, and we want to have a good reputation and be known as good people, great athletes and competitors that hate to lose, but also carry ourselves with respect. And then humility is another one, just being humble and just knowing that no matter how many games you've won or how many championships you've won, that you can always be better. There's always improvement to be made, and try and never get too high or too low, and just maintain an even keel and just keep trying to get better no matter what you've done in the past, or thinking about your pride or your ego too much. Checking your ego at the door, as the saying goes, and just trying to be a humble person. So those two ones are probably the ones that we talk about the most.
What goals and visions do you have for your future as a coach?
I hope to just be able to make a living as a coach in the game. If somebody asked me what my ultimate goal was, like if you could have any job in the whole world, it'd probably be, a head coach in the NHL. But I really love coaching in Europe, and where I'm at is where I want to be right now. So I don't think too much about a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan or where I want to be in 10 years or 5 years. I'm just really happy to be where I am now and be present. And so I'm super excited about my job and the city and the team that we have, and that's what I want to focus on. And then if you do good things, if you do well and the team gets better and the players get better and the team wins, usually good things happen, and you keep advancing through the game. And that's all I want to do for now, and just keep making a living, being able to have a good life by working in hockey.